Hello guys, it's John Neri. I'm an artist developer and producer, and today I'm going to watch Minnie Rose's 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디서. It's a song from a relatively unknown group, a new good group if you like, and the song title is only in Korean. So let's give it a listen.
흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있으려나. 나도 내 맘 모르는데 네가 날 어떻게 알고 말야. 있잖아, 사실 좀 겁나. 아무것도 할 수 없을까봐. Sunlight 스스로 다 녹여놔. I start up all night again and again. 밤새 잔뜩 짓눌렸어. 자리 무게를 견뎌. 이것쯤은 별거 아닌 걸 어쩌면서 더 향해. 아름답게 더 피어나. 내 멋대로 all I can start. 눈부신 내가 날 비출 때 주인공이 되고 말 거야. 넌 웃고 싶어. 바람 속에 찢겨지더라도 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있어. Never falling down. 그래 시들더라도 몇 번이고 떨어진 눈물을 참아. 다시 일어나 날아가 yellow butterfly like a flower blooming now. 난 말야 아직도 겁나. 아무도 날 보지 않을까봐. It's alright 스스로 도닥여내. I start up all night again and again. 밤새 잔뜩 짓눌렸어. 다른 무게를 견뎌. 이것쯤은 별거 아닌 걸 어두면서 더 향해. 아름답게 더 피어나. 내 멋대로 all I can start. 눈부신 내가 날 비출 때 주인공이 되고 말 거야. 넌 웃고 싶어. 바람 속에 찢겨지더라도 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있어. 사실은 아프지만 애를 써서 보여. 새롭게 다시 시작할래가 더 아름답게 필 테니까. 하늘 위로 더 피어나. 내 멋대로 all I can start. 눈부신 내가 날 비출 때 주인공이 되고 말 거야. 넌 웃고 있어. 바람 속에 찢겨지더라도 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있어. It's alright. 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있어.
Okay, that's actually really nice for the level. So I'm gonna judge this. I'm not gonna compare this with higher budget productions, because that's not their competition, okay? But for their level, which is, I don't know where to place it exactly. It's between low budget groups, very low budget, and mid level groups, okay? They're somewhere there, from what I have seen, anyways, okay? And as an artist producer, I really enjoy and appreciate seeing smaller groups using their tight budgets very creatively and nicely, and trying to do their thing without caring too much about, what's up there in the competition. Obviously, the target is to keep releasing music till perhaps one day you're just gonna have this nice viral moment and you're just gonna lift a bit up, and get a little more budget and keep lifting up. And maybe this group that can be big, or their company can take advantage of that and create another group in the future with higher budget, and get more in the game. But in this process, art is created and music is created, and the girls get to show their skills and talents and their beauty, of course. And this is very, very well done for this purpose. It's a very nice, kind of catchy song. The beat is really nice, actually. The instrumental is really nice, well made. The vocal melody as well on top. You usually, at this level, it's very easy to find a lot of cringe moments, okay? Like everything is going smoothly and suddenly something is off. Maybe one of the members is not up to par. Maybe the camera works somewhere, the set is too cheap or something like that. But this is not the case here. Everything, of course, is not up there, at the, top 5 girl groups, but it is constant. It remains constant in a good quality. There is no cringe moments in this, okay? I would say the music video, maybe, the contrast is a little too high. The blacks are too black. That's just a post-production detail. The lighting in the music video is fairly fine, So, for example, here you see like there's a lot of darkness in the trees, for example, right? And here and there, and their hair, you cannot see the detail. So, it would be nicer if the contrast was a bit higher. They can do that, lower. They could do that actually, because you can see it's overcast, okay? It's cloudy. That means the lighting is very soft, and that could create a little better opportunities for post-production. You can see here, you can barely see what's going on here because of the really high contrast. Of course, this is dependent on the settings, people have in their phone or their computer or wherever they're watching this. But in general, this is a very high contrast music video, and I think it would look quite better actually with a bit lower contrast. It's not something I can do now in post-production to show you. I can try very, very quickly actually. Let's find a scene like this and just reduce the contrast a bit, and you can see what I'm talking about. So the music video could be about there. Of course, it's not the same as when they have done it in the studio, when they have this detail. This detail is now lost, but I'm just showing how in general, yeah, like this. You see, like the music video could look just a little better like this without these very dark images. So this is anyways, I don't think it was a creative choice to put this much contrast, but in general, other than that, I don't see any fault, okay? I don't see any. Let me turn back to the original. This is before, after, okay? Before. This is after with the reduced contrast, how I thought it would look a little better. Of course, you would do something like, something like there, Yeah, so that's before, that's after, that's how I thought it would be just a little better. It's just a technical thing. But in any case, yeah, the song is fantastic. The girls, unexpectedly, for this kind of level, they're extremely nice and beautiful, they're really fine, the outfits are great, again, for this level, okay, and their performance is very good, the quality of the performance is very good, both the modeling and the storyline shots, and of course the choreography. The sets also, it's really nice. They start to, they progress, right? It's not just stuck on a set. So they start, from this camping scene here, and then they go on. There's this, forest and these buildings. Where are they? I like how they transition here into the beach, and then this is somewhere. It's like a set city, right? And there are other K-pop music videos filmed there as well. And then, they keep going, in the forest, and then we end up in this kind of boat/yacht. So it's not like a zero budget, okay? Of course, their company can use some of their connections and make things just a little cheaper, but you can see the camera crew is professionals here. They're using nice vintage lenses too, it's not just some cheap job. And you can see the variety of the sets, there's people involved. There's a crew there, getting the girls here and there, stylists, makeup artists and everything. So what I'm saying is they're doing things well and properly, and I'm really happy for that. I'm really happy to see this kind of groups. I'm really happy to see art beyond, the groups that everybody knows, okay? So I hope they get a lot of fans, and they can also, get more chances to get their music known. I wouldn't say it's something extremely unique, of course, and it's very dangerous to go with very, very unique concepts. So they're just trying the traditional K-pop kind of recipe, but it's done really well. And I have no complaints from this. I really like them. Actually, I know they released a few more songs. I saw their views were about 1 million, a little more than 1 million. So they're at that level. This one didn't have a lot of views so far. So, but yeah, I hope it's a nice song. It's a really nice song. And I will just throw it here, and I would say, because we've seen just a few days ago, Cube Entertainment, for example, they released a new song for Lightsam, which is, you know, Cube Entertainment supposed to have a lot of money, you know, to spend and make something really nice with them, with very talented girls. But we've seen a really, really disappointing, for their level, kind of comeback. And here you have a small group from a small company making something much better than that. So how do you explain that? Interesting, because this one, I mean, it was always hard to get exactly the numbers of how much they spend, as I said, because they're different pricing. There are people that are doing more for less, you know, and it's also how much of their network or their company use, you know. And so, for example, you know, the clothes, maybe they know a clothing brand, you know, and they get sponsored by that, and that's how you can save a lot of money. Just an example. Or, you know, the filming crew, maybe the owner of this company is also the director of the music video. So boom, you saved several thousands of dollars there. So you cannot exactly know, but yeah, this is a few tens of thousands anyways, okay? Compared to other top tier artists, they get into the 6 digits anyways, $100, $200, $300,000 for a music video. This is in the tens of thousands, maybe in the low tens of thousands, okay? So maybe 20, 30, 40. Maybe they made it, yeah, with 10. Who knows? It depends on many factors, as I said. So the big question is why, for example, Lightsam haven't done that. Why Lightsam comeback was below this? Both, you know, creatively, the song, the budget. Why? What's going on? Good for groups like this. There are not that many, anyways, at that level that are doing this good job. So I believe let me pronounce it correctly. So Mimi Rose, right? Maybe I said Mini Rose before. So Mimi Rose, yeah. So I really think they deserve a lift up a bit in their, let's call it, classification. Okay, my abstract classification of K-pop girl groups. I think, you know, they earned a lot with this comeback. It was a really nice one, and I know their previous songs are also nice, you know, at this level. So I hope they keep this consistency. I hope their company doesn't run out of money and is smart to not spend a lot of money, okay? Like, if you have a total investment coming, I don't know, $200,000 or $500,000, you wouldn't want to spend that on one comeback. It's like slots, this fruit machine, right? And you wouldn't put all your money and you just turn it and you just hope something will happen. It's nice to keep releasing music at a good pace, and I hope the girls use social media a lot to promote a lot, because sending these girls on music shows constantly is, I don't know how much it's gonna help them, honestly, you know, like, because I'm saying that because it takes a lot of money, you know, to get the girls to the music shows and performances and hunt for these opportunities. It takes a lot of networking cards, let's call it. A networking card is like when you know a few people and you play your cards, so they kind of owe you a favor, or anyway, that's depending on the relationship, and you use that card. So let's say you know somebody in KBS broadcasting, and you know, you say like, hey, can you get my girls to perform? And he says, okay, I'm gonna look into it, and maybe they make you a really good price, because these new groups, they actually have to pay a lot of money to get into the shows, when the big groups actually get paid. So you see, like, there is a very big difference in dynamics. So anyways, and maybe, you know, so the company plays this card and the girls go there and perform once. So what happened? What changed? So some people saw them, okay, maybe they got a few fans, but you keep doing that and spending your money on sending the girl group to perform on TV, for example. it's a lot of money that you could have used in many comebacks and flood the internet with music videos and get the girls, get a couple of talented, skilled people in media content creation, for example. You can hire those and get the girls, train them to really utilize social media a lot. And that's better chances anyways, that's what I'm trying to say, than sending the girls to perform everywhere. Of course, many artists, especially K-pop artists, they really need to perform too, because that's something they like, like they like, that's maybe something they dream. They don't dream just to make music videos and spend their days in recording studios, just for making music videos and social media content. They really like to get out there and perform. So, but there needs to be a balance. So in any case, I really hope we see more and more of these girls, and we see this group getting a little more popular, so it can give them the budget and give their company the space to get a little more creative too, and keep releasing nice music with these girls, because I think in this case, both the company and the girls, they really deserve it. They're doing a really good job. So let's see more of you, and a good job to the girls and the production team and their company. This is one of the admirable situations. They're doing really well.